Gumi! What is up, guys? Steven here, and today I'm going to be bringing you Tennis's Week 5 LTPL game. So, Tennis brings, basically stall again. It's kind of like a lot of his teams have been in this tournament where they are kind of stall, but have, a few wrinkles that make them not full stall, but I think semi-stall is probably the best way to describe them. This team is a little bit more on the way of balance because it has Banded Skunk and again offensive Lantern, which is pretty cool, and offensive these things, but it's a pretty fat team in general. Looking at team preview, Tennis has pretty good matchup. Mag Mortar is a little bit threatening since he is that offensive Lantern, so he can't as reliably switch in on it. But Tennis is just going to lead with Bronzor, as Mag Mortar is the lead, unfortunately, and Lantern's going to come in, take the hit, and Mesprit's going to switch in and not take the hit. So not the best start for Tennis already, as his Lantern's gotten chipped and Mesprit did not. And they're just going to kind of exchange rocks here, and it's going to be another scenario where Lantern has to come in and take a big hit. Fortunately, this turn the Hydro does hit, and it does a lot. So now Skuntank comes in on a predicted Psychic move as Signal Beam comes out, and Tennis reveals that he's banded by KOing through Culver there. So Garbodor's going to come in, and that's pretty safe. Spikes is the best play here from AJB, basically, and Mesprit can switch in safely anyway. And then looking at his team, the only Psychic resist he did have was that Mesprit, and it's gone. So now Mesprit just gets to kill something, and Garbodor is the victim. So Mesprit can just stay in on this Mag Mortar because he's not running specs like I was, and it can live. So Mesprit can switch in on rocks, so it's worth keeping, which is why Tennis makes this switch here, sacking Lantern, and ultimately Skuntank's going to come in, and it's kind of a 50-50 pursuit versus Sucker. Tennis gets it right by going for Sucker Punch and KOing the Menace. So now he goes into Bronzor on the Quiver Dance, and this is where Tennis loses the game. He switches in Mesprit, and a series of unfortunate things happens. He dodges Sleep Powder, which sucks, because he wanted to Sleep Powder this so that Bronzor could guarantee beat the Lilligant. But now he just is forced to sack the Mesprit, and Bronzor's going to come back in. It's kind of like another 50-50, which Tennis loses, and the Sleep Powder goes off. So now the Lilligant can just kind of keep setting up a bit here. Bronzor is just desperately trying to wake up, and it does finally wake up and land the Toxic, which is good. And then AJB gets a crit. I think that crit probably really was just, it was just so bad. He gets a crit, and he was at 88, and it would have been rolls to see if this killed, and then he gets a really low roll on Psywave, only doing 21%, which means he got basically the lowest roll he could have gotten. If he got any higher of a roll, then this game would have been a snack wrap. But unfortunately, since all of those unfortunate things happened, Lilligant is gonna win. It's definitely Dual Dance Ride-On, because it was it's definitely Dual Dance Ride-On because it was Rock's Mesprit. So Tennis can't afford to Sucker Punch this. He basically just has to try to end up in a scenario where the Lilligant is killing himself. He's not Encore Autono. If he was, then he would have still won, but he can't just protect there, because then I guess Ride-On just sets up and wins. Regardless, I do think the best play was protect in that scenario, force AJB to force him to hit a Stone Edge on the Miss Magius. But regardless, a little bit of a misplay there at the end by Tennis. But he should have had the game a lot earlier. He just got pretty unlucky by dodging Sleep Powder, which is, you know, obviously something that is a good thing in most scenarios, but unfortunately in this case is the reason he lost. So if you guys like this video, drop a like, drop a comment, they're greatly appreciated. If you dislike the video, drop a dislike and tell me why in the comments, and I will see you all next time. Peace.